Morocco, you want to fly into Casablanca and do Casablanca for a night or two, and then take a flight or take the train. I took the train up to Marrakesh and do Marrakesh for 2 nights. And you absolutely want to go to the restaurants in Marrakesh.
Yes.
Baby. I don't know what they're doing with the spices, but the food.
Oh my God, the teas.
And you know what? The restaurants there are like, they just feel like New York restaurants. I'm going to say
Really?
it. They're curating full-blown experiences.
Okay.
They got the dancers and the
we love it. Yeah.
It's a thing. And the restaurant aesthetics are like, if Miami and New York restaurants had a baby, it is the restaurants in Marrakesh.
I love that.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you sitting at the all-inclusive, you're missing that.
Yeah.
You're missing the belly dancer dancing around you while you're enjoying food.
Yeah, you want to get the dinner in the desert and all of those options. Like you have
carry on to Fez and then carry on to the Blue City. Like
your camel ride and your tea and lunch in the desert. Like you want to be able to do those excursions. And I feel like the all-inclusive really limits you today. You're like, well, I'll eat here. Don't eat there.
Clearly, I clearly love Morocco. I got very excited.
Yeah. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to another episode of Travel
Fly Sexy.
I'm your co-host Natasha Terrell, owner of Travel Guys International.
And I'm your co-host Sincerely Jasmine, founder of Boss Babes Love Brunch.
Period. All right, guys. Today we are talking about some really good destinations.
Yes.
That you definitely should visit. But if you see an all-inclusive there, maybe just don't book that.
It might not be, yeah.
Like, and we'll tell you why in this episode.
Exactly.
It's not even that there's anything wrong with the all-inclusive, but it's more that the destination has more value than sticking yourself at the all-inclusive.
Absolutely. Exactly.
So stick around for that tea because I think you will be surprised at what we have to say.
Yes.
But before we go into all of that, let us just remind you.
We going to Bali.
We going to Bali. And you need to be there. October 25th to November the 1st.
Yes.
Our first TFS group trip.
It feels like it's around the corner.
It is at this juncture.
Yes.
So, get your flights together, get your ticket together, click the link in the show notes, and pull up with your girls. Because we know Bali is on your list. And if it ain't, it should be. And if it is, you need to do it with us.
Okay. Do it the right way.
Because that's the right way. Don't just go to Bali and just be like,
I'm here.
You're going to miss out. So join us. Click the link in the show notes to read the itinerary, and we'll see you in Bali.
Period.
And of course, a little bit of goddess mail from our inbox to yours. What is happening in the world of travel, Jess?
The world of travel is always so crazy.
Do better, humans.
So chaotic. So we are back on the plane with more chaos. But this one actually was kind of crazy. I mean, so there was a young lady flying first class, might I mention, flying first class.
Where's the couth?
On American Airlines. And she was restrained. Maybe within like an hour or so of her flight, she basically ordered a beverage, alcoholic beverage. I think it was whiskey. And she went belligerent. That one drink threw her off. But the crazy part about it is they had to restrain her with duct tape.
Right. Like the story is so layered.
It's so layered. So first class, whiskey, go crazy. And then duct tape.
First of all,
I didn't even know they had duct tape on the plane. But now we know. So don't let it be you. Because they got some duct tape somewhere.
First of all, do not throw shade on whiskey like that. Whiskey is not to blame.
That whiskey threw her off.
Matter, okay? That lady was not stable from the moment she arrived to the airport.
They said she was in the back of the plane on her knees, ready to get off the plane. Like, girl.
And I think this goes back, we talked about it before when the lady had the episode on the plane where she was talking about she was seeing people.
Yes, exactly.
We talked about this, and I'm going to say it again. There is a thin line that I feel like as a race, as a human race, we are teetering that will require some type of mental health check in order to get on a flight.
Okay.
Because the number of weird instances and weirdos that are flying is increasing.
Yes. Also, I'm like, was she on medicine? Because, like, why did the one drink throw her off like that?
Yeah, man. And then so we will link the whole article in the show notes so that you can read exactly all of the events that occurred during this flight. I could not imagine being a passenger.
Oh my God. Watching somebody get duct taped.
She is running up and down the aisle. She is banging on the captain's cabin door. She is using the most profanity probably anyone has ever heard in their life. She is attacking flight attendants. She is attacking herself. It is the worst experience in the sky.
Like,
and we're in the sky, 30,000 feet. We've reached our altitude, and this lady has gone mad.
And I think they said it was like a 3-hour plus flight, and this was just like an hour in.
Yeah,
so it wasn't like we around the corner.
Their destination and landed in Charlotte, but like, she had to be restrained. First, they duct taped her mouth because she was just going off. Then they were like, she's literally losing it.
They had to duct tape her
to a seat. They duct taped her to a seat in the plane.
Yes.
Now, 2 things about that.
That's crazy.
Number 1, is that a violation of rights?
I feel like that's illegal.
But then again, I feel like
but she was jeopardizing.
I was gonna say, when you're in the sky, I also feel like there's a different set of rules.
Yeah, it
than
is,
when you're on the ground.
So much in jeopardy. It's so mumuch like that. You just acting like that can really cause so much more damage.
Yes,
that I think we can break that law.
Yeah, like, because again, if I'm a passenger, ma'am, girl.
Oh my God.
At this juncture, rumble me, like, because this is too much.
Now I'm going on a no-fly list because what?
Because no, I will dispute that until my dying day because I was trying to save this plane. So she needed one good boop bop.
I was trying to help everybody.
Trying to help everybody.
Yeah.
That boop bop saved everybody.
And the craziest part, the icing on the cake, was she literally received one of the like largest fines. Like in known to man. Yeah, in the history of airlines. She was fined $82,000.
Yeah.
$82,000 for acting a fool.
I low-key felt like they said slap her with the big one. She was in first class.
$82,000. She got it. She got it. That's the part that threw me off though. First class and you acting like that. I mean,
where is, like I said, the couth, the standard? But that's the other thing, like, don't think because somebody is in somewhere, that sitting somewhere, doing
type
something.
Of person, yeah.
Nah.
Yep. That they are a well put together professional, poised person.
Because the well put together professional could also be sitting in row 32 because
absolutely
they just had to book this flight last minute and that's all that was left.
Yep.
So where they seated on the plane does not indicate who they are or what they got going on.
Because this is the perfect example. Because she was acting a fool.
Listen, and I've been seated in first class and looked around like, what is going on here? Yeah. All the rules are changing.
I know everyone else in first class was like, what the? So yeah, there she go. Pay that 82, and hopefully, I mean, she probably won't be flying again.
Yeah, that is. For lack of a better phrase, psychotic,
insanity,
like insane. Like how we would normally just say that's insane.
No,
but literally, that's
like beyond
crazy.
Insane. Don't be that person.
Oh my gosh!
Don't be her.
Again, I'm just like, if I was the passengers.
Thank God we weren't.
Okay,
I can't even imagine.
The Lord loves us. We be covered.
Can't even imagine.
But again. So, I might have had to boop bop her. Anyways.
That's what's going on.
Well, I don't know where they were going, but hopefully they weren't going to
any
other
make it there.
on our list. Because we don't need that juju on this beat around here. Nevertheless, let's jump into today's topic because, Lord, that was too much. I'm sorry.
Too much. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, that was intense, Jazz.
A little on a lighter note.
Yeah, on a lighter note. Let's talk about some destinations.
Yes. Great destinations.
Great destinations that you need to visit. But when you are looking up or when we're looking up your flight information and your hotel accommodations, because Duh. Travel agents, duh. So when we're doing the work, don't just let us be great. If we don't give you an all-inclusive, it's because we know better.
Yes.
Not every destination, even if all-inclusive is available, requires you to be at an all-inclusive.
Yeah.
So we are going to talk about why, which ones you could probably avoid, and how it may also end up being your better bet.
Yes, absolutely.
Now,
Hey, y'all.
first one on the
It's
list.
your girls of 𝗕𝗏𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂
on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
And make sure that you're following us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗏𝗏𝗆𝑆𝒐𝒏𝒂𝒄.
And of course, if you have a product or service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of 𝗏𝗏𝗆𝒄, shoot us an email at info@𝗏𝗏𝗆𝒄.com.
Now let's get back into the episode.
First one on the list.
Come on.
We didn't said it before. We're going to say it again.
Okay?
Puerto Rico ain't got no destination or no all-inclusive.
They don't have no all-inclusive, y'all.
Ain't got no, specifically. Okay?
Ain't got none.
I said it that way on purpose. So you can hear me.
They don't.
Stop asking.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's just not a thing.
It's
at
not
all.
a thing. And yes, the topic is places that have all-inclusives, but you don't need to be at the all-inclusive. But nevertheless, we're just putting this on the list as a reiteration.
Yeah, because people love all-inclusive. And that's why this is a topic. Because, again, every destination, you are not meant to be on an all-inclusive resort.
You're just not.
For several reasons. Because you need to actually experience the destination.
That part. Because
there are not a plethora of all-inclusive options. So the options that are limited may not be the best options. Mm-hmm. And yeah, mostly because you need to be experiencing the destination. Like,
that's really, really
go to
good.
Old San Juan and get that food.
Yes.
Like, you do not need to be on a resort at the buffet. We promise. And the food's so reasonable in PR that you literally do not even have to worry about breaking a bank.
Right. And to your point, like, Puerto Rico offers so much. Mm-hmm. Like Boricua? Mm-hmm. That's Puerto Rico, and it's just an incredible destination. So go to the rainforest, go to the countryside, like experience, do the excursions, and understand that sitting on the resort all day, I mean, you can. Yeah. But
yeah, they don't even have many resort options there because it's such a cultural destination.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know,
they want you to experience, discover Puerto Rico.
Absolutely. I mean, it's worth it.
Discover Puerto Rico. That was your plug.
Okay. So, hit us up.
Puerto Rico Tourism Board. Discover Puerto Rico.
Do a little PR episode. We'll pull up.
We'll pull up on me. But yes, the rest of the list has all inclusive. But that one is a destination where
don't even ask.
Don't ask.
Don't even ask.
But also let us do our job in finding you an option that's going to be applicable. Yes. Because you could still get resort feel, but you also should go outside.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You have to.
And stick around for the travel deal of the week because it may or may not tell you how to do that.
Period.
Okay. All right.
Next up, we have St. Martin. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite destinations.
St. Martin is really good.
Yeah, such a beautiful destination.
I can now officially be a part of the St. Martin conversation now that I'm actually gone.
Which I love.
And I'm blown away, honestly.
Yeah.
I did not know what to expect, and I was like, wow.
Breathtaking.
This is a stunning island.
It is.
The food on the child.
Yeah.
The food alone is why you don't need to be at the all-inclusive.
And that's exactly why.
The restaurants on this island.
You do not need to be at the all-inclusive because the food on the island is the best.
Legit.
It's so good. But also, I've experienced, I believe there are, two options?
Yeah, 2, maybe 3.
2 to 3 all-inclusive options. I know they have a few that offer, like, European plans. Mm-hmm. I've experienced both Sonestas in St. Martin, and the Ocean Point is they're both beautiful properties. You have the Maho Beach, which sits on the Maho Beach, so you get that beautiful picture with the planes flying over. And then the Ocean Point, which is adults only, Sonesta, all inclusive. beautiful hotels, great service. However, you do not need it. No. Like it just doesn't add anything to the experience.
No, it doesn't.
Whereas like, you know, you go to certain places, certain all-inclusives. Let's use Mexico as an example where you have layers of things going on, different things. Like, you know, like
they do all inclusive.
They are designed because you have to pick from your options. There's so many options, so they are very competitive. It's a competitive landscape. They have things to offer, amenities, the service, the robes, all these things to make you want to pay for all inclusive. St. Martin, not so much. They want you to experience the island. They want you to experience the culture. So they're not overselling you on things on the property. Yeah. They might have like a little entertainment here and there. You know, you obviously have the pool, you have the amenities, but they're not doing nothing extra that you want to go across the street and get food at the restaurant. And it's crazy because these all-inclusive resorts
are in the mix.
5 minutes from the airport, literally.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. Yeah. So you really don't get to really get your foot into the island because you're right there. So if you're a person that's like, oh, I'm going to stay at the hotel, what you here for? You are literally airport, hotel, back to the airport. Like, that was a waste of time. Yeah. But they also are right in the mix. They literally are on the strip. You walk off of the resort, you cross the street. It's casinos, it's clubs, it's restaurants. It just does not make sense. It does not make sense at all. Like, you are just in the mix. It makes sense to just be in the mix.
Yeah. And also with that, the price point. Literally, I have a client going there in a couple of days, and I just was like, I hate that you spent all this money
to go to Ocean Point,
to go there, and it's like, granted, it's not going to not be a good time,
the value is there.
Just like, that's a lot of coins.
That's excursion money
that we could have did a lot more with.
Your driver to get you all around the island.
And then it's like, it's the time of the year, it's the hotel, and again, because it's the island that doesn't have a plethora, it is costly.
Absolutely.
They know people are just seeking all-inclusive.
And it's a semester. It's also a major brand.
Yeah, so they know people are seeking all-inclusives because that's just what y'all used to. So they already taxing you for that. Then they're taxing you because it's only a few on the island.
Yep.
It does not make sense.
Yeah.
So please, if you're visiting St. Martin, consider the Morgan, consider the JW Marriott, consider Oyster Bay, because then you'll just pay for your accommodations. You'll still enjoy the experience of the property.
You have a restaurant and, you know, beverages on site if you do want to add those things.
But you're absolutely going off the properties.
Absolutely.
And you don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. I mean, you're going off the property regardless. That's the thing. Like, that's what we're saying.
I guess I feel bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, you spent thousands.
You are not going to you're not staying at that property.
And you shouldn't. I'm like, I'm begging my client. I sent them a list of things. Like, please don't just sit around all day and eat the food here.
Yeah.
I
think I ate
is so good.
At one of, like, when we went last year for my birthday, we ate at the resort like once.
Yeah. And it's
literally
like you paid for what you think.
So I was so annoyed that I paid so much. Like, we spent a good bit of money. I'm like, we paid to, you know, literally go buy food. So I'm like, dang, I wish I did. Like, we could have saved hundreds of dollars and used that money for what we did use it for.
Precisely what we're talking about in this episode.
It was a waste.
But if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah. So we know. So we tell you.
That's why we're doing this episode.
Exactly.
Okay? Because you just see the all-inclusive and you think that's what you got to do.
Exactly.
These are the destinations where you don't have to do it even when you see it. Next up on the list is Spain. And I've recently been seeing more all-inclusives popping up in Spain. Yeah. In Malaga, Madeira, like all those different areas that are beachside.
Yeah.
Ibiza, like.
Yes.
Again, it looks good.
You're going to be outside.
It's attractive, but I mean, especially with a destination like Ibiza.
You're going to be outside.
Because the all-inclusive is not going with you to the beach club.
The resort don't got the club there. They might do a little discoteca or whatever, but it's definitely not giving club. You got to go outside.
You must. You're in Ibiza.
You're in Spain.
You're in Spain. You need, and also you should like city hop or area hop in Spain as well. Like fly into Barcelona, then take a little mini flight or the train to a different area.
Definitely.
Like maximize the experience. And I feel like sometimes when you book an all-inclusive, you almost feel confined. Like you said, like, dang, I
have
booked
to stay
this
here. Yeah.
I've spent this money. Like, I need to. But now you're doing yourself a disservice because you're not experiencing the destination.
Yep.
Like, Spain is so beautiful with a plethora of different vibes and feels. And like I said, I put it on here because I'm like, I've seen that it say all-inclusive. But I would say this. If you want to do an all-inclusive in Spain, maybe do it at the end of your trip. So do your first few nights in one or two different hotels, depending on if you're going to city hop. And then to close out your trip, maybe do the last 2 nights at the all-inclusive to settle everything back down and prepare your mind, body, and spirit to head back home. Yeah. That would be how I would curate my Spain trip if it was me.
That makes sense. I agree.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So otherwise, child, just book a hotel.
Just book a hotel, yeah. This next one, I've been having a lot of conversations around lately. Belize. Gorgeous destination.
Beautiful.
And when we talk about experiencing the culture of a destination, Belize is definitely one of those places that you got to be outside. You have to. You have to be outside. And I've been talking to a lot of clients because obviously it's becoming a very popular destination. And people are like, do they got all-inclusive? I'm like, babe, you going to Belize. It's not that. It's not that. Even if we were to find one or two, which there are a few options.
Yeah.
It's going to put you somewhere in a cut.
It is. That's the other part.
So now you got to go from the airport to here, and then you are really restricted to
that area.
Because
so
now
much to
you're
get there.
4 hours away from the airport. So then if you do want to venture out, you got to consider, okay, now how I'm going to get from this resort to here, to where
activities,
the
or
parties
whatever.
at, and the fun's at, and the nightlife. So I think, especially in these sort of destinations, you are limiting yourself in destination by going
choosing
to the
all-inclusive.
Yeah, because it's in the mountaintop somewhere at a beach side, which is just far from the action.
Yeah, that's a great point about Belize, because I feel like if we're thinking about the same all-inclusive, it's definitely on one of the islands. I think it starts with a P, the island.
I can't, but it's
it's out the way. Like, you want to be on San Pedro.
A quick flight.
Yes.
Or you could do like a ferry. But it's just considering the time from the airport to the airport, it cuts into your vacation.
It does. Like, I definitely won't say 4 days and 3 nights ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Like, you should do a 5-day, 4-night at the minimum, because it is a lot of navigating around Belize, but you want to.
Absolutely.
Because again, you want to experience the island, like the country, I should say, because it's a country with a bunch of different islands within it. And especially San Pedro. Like, when we visited, I will say, at first I was looking around like, okay, this is a beach destination. You think beach destination, you think all-inclusive
resort. Yep.
But then as I did my research, I was like, no, this is a traveler's destination. Because I talk a lot too about travelers versus vacationers.
I was literally going to bring that up. Yeah.
Yes. So know yourself in that regard. Know whether or not, based off of what this whole episode,
you might not want to go to none of these places. And that's okay.
And that's okay, because you should know if you're a traveler
or a vacationer. Absolutely.
I know that I'm a traveler. So I know if you tell me we're going to be here for 2 nights, and then we're going to here for 2 nights, and there for 2 nights, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Because I want to immerse myself.
Exactly.
And if you're a vacationer, number 1, don't invite me. But number 2, it's okay if you are like, no, girl, I just want the swim-up bar and whatever the resort has to offer.
Take a nap.
For my 5 days and 4 nights.
Room service. I don't even want to move around.
I respect that. And I'm both, depending on the time.
Yeah, I was about to say, because sometimes I'm a vacationer and I be like, I don't want to do nothing but chill and get drunk.
But I feel like Belize is a traveler's.
I agree.
Because you want to go.
You want to experience it. You want to get on a ferry. You want to maybe catch a little quick flight to one of the other islands. But you also want to give yourself the flexibility to be able to do so.
Yes.
And limiting yourself to one of these all-inclusive options is going to be not you're gonna be like, okay, well, I'm here, then the arranged transportation to go somewhere else is going to be a little bit more limiting
and also possibly costly, because
they want you to stay.
Because it's like, sir, ma'am, whoever, that's all way over there. You gonna have to run me my coin to get you all the way over there.
They be like, we might take you to the airport, but everywhere else,
run me my money. Yeah. So San Pedro Island in Belize is super just, you want to do everything.
Yeah.
You want to rent the golf cart and drive around.
Yes.
You want to experience it. You want to go to the local places and eat, go to local shops and get fresh fruit. Oh, they have great coffee. You want to drive down to the beach clubs and do the in the water restaurant. Like, you want to do all those things. You don't want to just sit at that darn all-inclusive all day.
Right. On that one beach when you got all these beaches.
Yes. So please, if you're considering Belize, consider maybe not doing all-inclusive. And honestly, it becomes more cost efficient too.
Yeah.
I save so much money.
Yeah. You'll be surprised with those, smaller means of transportation in comparison to, again, isolating yourself for a certain amount of time and then having to relocate completely.
Yeah. Next on the list, Morocco.
Yes.
And you know what was funny? I was like, Morocco, when y'all start with these all-inclusives? Because why y'all doing this?
I was like, hold on, this is kind of cute. I was like, wait,
now,
I ain't going to be there.
Because y'all know.
The Rio and Morocco snap, though. I ain't going to lie.
It's cute.
They ate that up.
They did. And I was like, okay. But you know what I think? I think it is more geared toward locals taking their holiday than it is travelers.
1,000%.
As I'm looking at it, because listen, Morocco is awesome.
Absolutely.
And the people in Morocco got some coins.
Yeah,
and they just want to separate themselves and take a few days
that it is for them.
On holiday. And that's fine.
Yep.
But you,
stay at a hotel.
as the person traveling to Morocco and not the person who lives there, baby, don't book that.
It just doesn't have as much to offer as another destination.
Yeah, Morocco again. And I'm specifically thinking about Marrakesh. That's where I saw that Rio.
Yes.
Morocco, you want to fly into Casablanca and do Casablanca for a night or two, and then take a flight or take the train. I took the train up to Marrakesh and do Marrakesh for 2 nights. And you absolutely want to go to the restaurants in Marrakesh.
Yes.
Baby. I don't know what they're doing with the spices, but the food.
Oh my God. The teas.
And you know what? The restaurants there are like, they just feel like New York restaurants. I'm going to say
Really?
They're curating full-blown experiences.
Okay.
They got the dancers and the
we love it. Yeah.
It's a thing. And the restaurant aesthetics are like, if Miami and New York restaurants had a baby, it is the restaurants in Marrakesh.
I love that.
That's what I'm saying. So like you sitting at the all-inclusive, you're missing that.
Yeah.
You're missing the belly dancer dancing around you while you're enjoying food.
Yeah, you want to get the dinner in the desert and all of those options. Like you have to
carry on to Fez and then carry on to the Blue City. Like
your camel ride and your tea and lunch in the desert. Like you want to be able to do those excursions. And I feel like the all-inclusive really limits you to that. You're like, well, I'll eat here. Don't eat there.
Clearly, I clearly love Morocco. I got very excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to go.
I love that destination. I love that destination for girls' trips. I love it for I love it for vacation, but I love it mostly for girls' trips or for like group trips. Yes, thank you, Jazz. I was like, why am I stumbling with this? Like, yes. Do I recommend for solo? No.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, just because with certain just areas of the world, regardless of how safe it is in the areas that you are in, I just no.
I feel that.
No. Because it was like, in the evenings there, I was like, oh my goodness, it's very, very dark.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I can see it getting pitch
so
black.
Yeah,
there's a man here.
Yes. So that was good. That was good. But yeah, Morocco.
Definitely skipped all inclusive.
Skip
Morocco.
it. And they have, and you know the other reason, the last thing before we move on, Morocco is home to the riads.
Yes.
So you want to stay in a traditional Moroccan riad.
Yes.
And you don't get that at an all-inclusive.
Exactly. And you don't get that option in a lot of destinations.
You don't.
To really stay in something that is a part of the culture of the destination.
Yes. And the riads now are just so fabulous. The pools in the center are so picturesque. So I was able to do that. Like I stayed in a hotel part of my time and stayed in a riad part of my time in Morocco. And I was just like, yeah, that's the experience. You needed that.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Next on our list, we have Bahamas, which I feel like, always talking about Bahamas and the all-inclusives. And I'm just like, babe, you are going to get a subpar experience.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I am just going to tell you. And we talked about, like Jamaica, for instance, where you have those like outdated options. But the thing with Jamaica is it is an all-inclusive destination.
Yeah.
They just do what they want. However, the Bahamas is not the biggest all-inclusive destination. Mm-hmm. So those all-inclusive options are a bit dated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, there's only like 2 or 3 that maybe comes to my mind. And to your point, I think you said it best, where it's like, it's a subpar vacation experience.
It'll do better without it.
I was going to say, but I would say, if you're in your 20s and you're like, cost matters and you just want to be at the beach and you want to get drunk, go for it. Go for it, baby. But if you are looking for an experience, I would skip it.
Yeah.
Was it Bahamar? Great option. Great option.
Yep.
Fabulous restaurants. It's like a Vegas style resort in Bahamas, in Nassau, or is it Paradise? I think it's in Nassau. So you don't want to miss that. Yeah. You don't want to miss Bahamar. The SLS Bahamar as well. Mm-hmm. These are beautiful properties.
Gorgeous property. Mm-hmm. And resort style. Resort you have style. That huge, big, like you have all the amenities. You have, like, it's not like we're putting you in a boutique hotel. No. We're like, stay somewhere small and quaint. Like, no, you still have these resort style options. Again, I just think the all inclusive is going to give you more of a subpar vacation experience.
It is, especially in the Bahamas.
And if you want that, I say go on a cruise. If you want to experience all inclusive, all you could eat, and go to Bahamas, do you a little 3-day on Carnival or whoever your cruise
that's a great
choice. I think it's one of the top destinations when it comes to cruising. So if you want to just go to Bahamas but still get that all inclusive vibe but a good experience, I say go to cruise option.
That's a great recommendation. Yeah, because Bahamas.
Top cruise place.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to,
they got all their own cruise beaches.
Yeah, if you want to do all you can eat and just go to Bahamas, get on a cruise.
You heard it here first. Next up on the list, Colombia.
Yes.
Go back and listen to our Colombia episode. If you know, you know.
What a time.
What a time. We're overdue. Mm-hmm. One of the best experiences ever.
Yes.
But Colombia is on the list because they've recently got a few all-inclusives in the mix.
Yeah, they do.
I saw Dreams just opened one, and I'm like, okay, y'all all-inclusive footprint, specifically Cartagena we're talking about.
Yes, yes.
And I'm like, all right, I see you.
And they're nice. The properties are nice properties. It's not like how we were speaking to some of the other ones of it being subpar or whatever.
Because they're new.
They're new. Mm-hmm. They have the brand new aesthetics and everything. You just got to experience Colombia.
Like, I mean, go back and listen to the episode.
It's too much to do. And being on a resort is going to mess you up because you're going to want to be like, oh, let me get breakfast here. No, go get breakfast somewhere. Like, leave immediately. Like, leave the hotel as soon as you wake up. And don't come back until you are ready to go to bed, until you sleep. Like, so
you return, shower, leave.
And leave again. So,
but that's facts. Like, please go back and listen to the Colombia episode because we broke it all down. But you'll hear how many experiences we were able to fit into our 5-day trip and why the value is in staying in the hotels.
Yes.
And not necessarily spending because, again, that all-inclusive, that Dreams
come with a tag. Oh, yeah, and it's new.
Baby. I said, okay, I see what y'all doing. Mm-hmm. Still not as expensive as them Nestas in St. Martin, but
I'll never forget that.
But they want their coins. And honestly, 2 things. One, Colombia or Cartagena specifically is such an inexpensive destination.
Absolutely.
So, child, like, why
triple your cost when you can get a beautiful hotel? Like the hotel that we stayed at, that I stayed at, was so good. Boutique hotel, rooftop bar, full staff restaurant, free breakfast every morning. Like, it was all of the amenities, super quaint, wasn't super busy, was able to get like familiar with the staff, with other guests. It was really nice.
It was. And for 4 nights, you spent like
all I did was sleep there.
Something.
Yeah. And I'm
for
like,
4 nights, not
spent
per
maybe
night.
20 hours total there. Like,
exactly. And it was nice. And then for myself, I stayed at the Hilton on the beachfront, which again is a large kind of resort style property, just not all inclusive.
Yep.
But you're still getting all the amenities, the beach and everything else. And for for the 4 nights, I think I paid like $401. It's nothing. Yep. And if I was splitting it with somebody else, We pay $200 a piece.
Exactly.
It's nothing. So
definitely going to spend more for the all-inclusive.
You are, and you're still going to want to leave because
you're going to spend your money off that resort.
You are, because you're going to want to go to Monkey Bar. You're going to want to go to Alma for dinner, as you should.
Yes.
You know, you're going to want to. Our producer in the background.
Memories.
If y'all didn't know, he was our +1 on the trip, so it was the 3 of us hanging out. But yeah, like you're going to want to do those things.
Absolutely.
And you should.
You have to.
You have to.
So you cannot, like, if of all these places, Colombia is a place, you cannot stay in all-inclusive.
Please, we beg of you.
It's going to restrict you. That extra hour going to the restaurant, it's just going to throw your schedule off. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Again, if vacationer is your thing, I suppose, but you're going to miss out.
Yeah.
Colombia,
you have
Cartagena.
To experience Colombia. Yeah. And I would say every side of Colombia, even
like
Medellin,
and
like
Bogota,
get you a nice hotel and get outside for sure.
Especially Bogota, because I think Bogota has the bubble hotel where you stay in like the glamping bubbles.
Oh, cute!
Exactly. So it's like,
that's really cute.
Oh, it's so cute. But it's like all these experiences.
Yeah.
Like, child.
No all-inclusive.
All-inclusive if you want, but you crazy.
Yeah. I mean, if you, no, just don't. Last on our list, y'all favorite.
Y'all don't even know why it's y'all favorite.
This is y'all favorite.
Y'all don't even know why.
It's the water. And it's Drake.
Child, Drake
then got y'all soul on Turks real bad. And I love that for y'all. Turks is a beautiful destination. But again, I think it's another place that you have to experience Turks.
Yeah. And the biggest thing with Turks and it's all-inclusive is, baby, they high.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually don't even care.
Oh, yeah,
like,
no.
They don't. I've never seen it less than $3,000 a person.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
It's very high.
Ever. They don't care. It's like 3 of them on the island. And it's like, come if you want to come.
Yeah. And they don't budge. It's not even like, a drop season or whatever. It's like,
no.
I think Turks has become such a, I don't want to say hype because that makes it seem like watered down, but like it's become a super talked about, like in the songs, and like it's just super viral at this point where
trendy.
They've always leaned into our price is our price.
Our price is our price.
However, they standing on that right now.
And yesterday's price is not today's price.
No, our price is actually higher. And
it's higher. The more you talk about us, the more it go up.
Yeah. So if you're not on that and you just like, oh, I want to go to Turks, I want to do the 𝗓𝗏, I want to have a good time, but I'm not trying to spend $5,000. And I get that.
And you know what's funny? As we're breaking it down, I almost feel like you could do Turks as all-inclusive because it's so darn expensive on that island.
Yeah, like, you might as well.
I forgot about how expensive it actually is to be on the island. Where at the end of the day, you might still be spending the same amount of money.
Yeah, Turks is very expensive.
As I think about it, as we talk it through,
I saw someone do like a TikTok or something like breaking down.
It depends on what you're going to do.
Yeah, but dinner can cost you like $100 per person on average for the meals, I heard.
Every meal.
If
you want to go out and you're interested in bottle service, you might be looking at a few grand that night.
Yeah. It's given for the ballers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the funny thing about Turks is it's inexpensive to get there. Like you'll find a flight deal easy.
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to say. It's never the flight.
It's never the flight.
Never the
you
flight.
Can find $289 round trip on United real quick.
Yeah, you can find a good joint.
But the accommodations, baby.
Especially all-inclusive.
Especially the all-inclusive.
And then your trip in itself.
Right. Choose wisely.
So, I mean, again,
Either
I think
way,
it stands on if you should skip the all-inclusive, it'll give you more money to spend in Turks.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you do all-inclusive, you're not going to do all your meals on a resort. You're still going to want to go out and experience. So, depending on how your itinerary is set, if you have excursions set and you're just like, I'm just going to do this and then come back, maybe do all-inclusive. But if you are, you're celebrating and you plan on enjoying those wonderful restaurants and all those cool beach clubs and great things, then I would lean into a cheaper accommodation to have that leverage for outside because it's going to cost you.
Oh, Turks. I'm burnt out and I ain't even been there.
Yeah, I'm cool off Turks.
Child, like even when I got it, I'm cool.
Yeah. I ain't got it. That's giving 3 vacations. I'm okay.
I know, like that be the challenge.
Yeah,
because it's like I know what stuff costs. I can't allow Turks to take all that money from me like that. I can get a couple of trips.
Okay,
if I break that
that's
down.
like a month worth of traveling.
Yeah, we can't. Sorry, can't do it, Turks. But somebody out there can, I guess.
They doing it.
Probably barely, but they doing it. Because y'all got to stop with that. Somebody did that the other day. Because I'm always looking, just real quick. Just a fun story time. Real quick. Literally, a client of TGI, travel deal client, they were working with it's funny because they ended up on your board at the end of, once it was all said and done.
Oh, great.
But they were on to someone else's board and they booked the trip, didn't have the money, went all back and forth with the travel advisor. Weirdly, it just didn't make sense. 24 hours expired.
When does it make sense?
Refund them the booking fee. They book it again. Their girlfriend booked it now.
Oh.
Same situation. Even though at first he said that the trip was a surprise for his girlfriend. So then when she submitted, we were like,
maybe she knows.
Okay.
Or maybe you're using her name.
Then still, no money. They're telling the advisor, we're trying to find a card from somebody we're trying to find someone who has a card that they have enough, they have this amount of money that you need to swipe.
Lord.
So that was again, listen, travel by any means if that's what you got to do, because I understand people need a break.
Absolutely.
But baby, when you got to find somebody to swipe the card for $7.85, and the destination was Tulum.
I know the client.
I'm also very concerned.
I have piggybacks off that conversation.
But I'm very concerned because we both know when you get to Tulum,
destination. Yeah, those travel deal clients always shake me up when we talk about Tulum and the money is a problem because the travel deal is $300 and baby, Tulum is going to cost you.
Yeah, so I was like,
go back to our Tulum episode and
I was like, Lord Jesus. So that's why I said they doing Turks but barely, because y'all are depleting all your funds.
Yeah, but that's ultimately the point of this episode. These are great destinations to consider, but you have to be mindful of how you want to travel. Like, you said, if you're a traveler or a vacationer, and how you plan on allocating your funds.
Yes.
Because if all of it's going to the trip, then you got to do all inclusive, because you
don't got no wiggle room after that.
Exactly. But if you don't have wiggle room in the beginning and you're like, okay, I want to secure this, but I know I'll have $1,000 in destination, then you can go to these destinations, get you a nice hotel, and then have the means while you're there.
Absolutely.
But if the means is on the front end,
the means is struggling on the front end.
do what you could do, because these destinations are costly in destination.
Child, that joint was crazy to me. I was like, well, all right. Favorite non-all-inclusive country that you visited?
Colombia, for sure.
Duh.
Come on.
Duh, easy question.
Yeah. It was reasonable.
It was so reasonable.
It was a great time. Again, the hotel had its amenities to where it's like I was able to get up, get breakfast, and still go out and do our all-day excursions. It was great.
Yeah, I was second Colombia because just the time. Go back and listen.
your hotel was a great one too, because you had like amenities layered into it. So that's something to consider. Again, like we have those resort style hotels that have a lot to offer, and you still could save some coin on happy hour or free breakfast and things of those nature. Yeah.
But if I had to give another recommendation for those that just want a second opinion, St. Martin. Yeah, St. Martin.
I need to do St. Martin.
St. Martin. I highly, highly recommend skip the all-inclusive, please.
I was sick. I cannot lie. Like, I had a great time, but like the amount of money we spent in destination and the amount of money we spent on that resort, that was just a waste. I'm like, geez, if I really would have just took that money, that would have paid for all of this. And like, so it just was kind of like a waste of money. Great experience. Do not regret it at all. However, when I redo St. Martin, I know now.
Just book a regular
hotel because you're going to be outside.
And the Morgan and that JW Marriott are fantastic.
That Morgan is gorgeous.
Exactly. So do yourself a favor. That would be my second one.
So good.
And of course, when you're ready, to go outside and experience these destinations without booking all-inclusives. Unless you're a vacationer, then we feel you, and we still got you. Because if you didn't know, but now you know today, Jasmine and I are both a part of Travel Goddess International, which is a full-service travel agency that can assist with bringing your next all-inclusive or non-all-inclusive vacation experience to life.
Exactly. So whether these lists of destinations or any destination you have in mind, we got you. Visit travelgoddessintl.com. Submit your consultation. Take a look at the travel deals. Take a look at the itineraries. Whatever you see, we got you.
We got you. And now it's time for the travel deal of the week. Travel deal of the week, Jazz. 5 days and 4 nights in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Boricua. Early September, Saturday to Wednesday. If you go back to our last episode, we told you that Saturdays are weekends. You should travel on them. The end.
Great day.
Saturday to Wednesday with round-trip flights via United Airlines from PIT, a.k.a. Pittsburgh International Airport, with 1.5-hour layovers both ways and a 5-star resort accommodation at the Hyatt Regency Grand Reserve.
Beautiful property.
Which is where I stayed a few months ago. Chef's kiss. Yeah. All of that for $860 a person.
Come on.
5 days, 4 nights in Puerto Rico. Fabulous property. United round-trip flights and flying out of Pittsburgh.
Me and Ricky looking at each other when you said Pittsburgh. I don't know what it is about Pittsburgh.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
We just both kind of had that mutual just no shade. If you live there, book the deal, boo.
I know. I've been trying to show everybody love.
It just was funny because it was like,
That's because we're from Philly and we just know Pittsburgh's a cute city though. I had a friend that lived there for a long time, so I visited her several times. It's very cute. It's cute. Cute. It's cute. Their bridges and things.
The bridges is crazy. All right.
Because it's like the bridge city. They have all these bridges. Yes, they have all these bridges.
They're crazy.
At this juncture, we're going to make a travel deal to Pittsburgh because clearly we taking
me and Ricky need to be sold. Because I'm like, if they don't travel down here to PHL,
oh my gosh,
come leave out our airport. Lord. No, that's a great deal. I'd take the little drive.
Nevertheless, this is a standard travel deal, so no membership is required. However, you already know. For that little $9 a month, you may as well become a premium member and unlock all of the more amazing travel deals that are behind that paywall.
I was about to say, you know the good ones behind the paywall.
So, of course, you can view the details of this deal or all of our travel deals on our website. Just visit us at travelgoddessintl.com. And they absolutely have brunch in Puerto Rico.
Yes, I've had it.
Okay, period. So with that said, it's time to get brunchy.
Yes. So this was, again, these few episodes I've been trying to keep it local. So this was a brunch I did a few weeks ago here in Philly. And it was so cute. Literally so cute. I had a blast.
Oh.
So we went to Liberty Grounds.
Okay.
And it is in, I guess, the Fairmount, Francisville area. And it's basically a mini golf place. So I've been there before for mini golf and happy hour type vibes. Cool. Yeah. They do a bottomless brunch.
Wow.
When I tell you, one of the best brunches I've had in Philly, no lie.
What?
And it wasn't even the drinks. Obviously, bottomless mimosas we love. It was bottomless beer mimosas. And I want to say probably...
beer mimosas?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we went for Father's Day, and my boyfriend's a father, so he got free beer mimosas, which was so nice.
Oh, my gosh.
So they was giving all the dads free beer mimosas. But $25 for bottomless mimosas.
Wow.
Great deal.
Yeah.
And mimosas, beer mimosas, and I want to say... beer because they have a crap load of different lagers and different
and nice.
So I think that's included as well, but I don't know, that's not my thing, so I wouldn't care. However, they gave us a free mini golf, which was great, but the mini golf super reasonable. And you can take your drinks from brunch to mini golf, but
which
the
is wonderful.
food was so good.
Okay, food.
It was all right,
food.
I want to say an Asian fusion type of menu. Asian fusion.
I would have never guessed that.
But it wasn't even just
and
Asian.
Beer.
It was it has some like Indian fusion in there. It was a very interesting menu.
Eclectic.
Like, I'm like, this eclectic like brunch menu for this place, which is like a very chill, down to earth type of vibe. So I wasn't expecting that. I had like Thai chili, chicken and waffles, which was like literally spicy and flavorful. Like, it was really good. It wasn't no like around the corner Thai chili sauce. It was some real flavor in there.
Oh my goodness.
They had short rib Benedict served on cloud bread, which is like a Korean style bread. Super good. They had like a Mexican style hash. It was all of these like the best brunch food I've had in a long
This is a journey
time.
Around the world.
And I just didn't expect that at a mini golf place. Like, I'm like, I'm probably gonna get a little, breakfast sandwich, beer, and then mini golf. Like, no, it was one of the best brunches.
Experience.
Like, the food was so good.
Oh my gosh.
It was like a sage pork sweet sausage. Like,
okay, wait. Sundays and Saturdays? Saturdays only? Sundays only?
Saturdays and Sundays all day. $25 for the mimosas, and the food is so good. And the mini golf was great. It was fun. We got shots. We had the bomb. Like, it was so fun. But the food, the best brunch I've had in Philly in a long time.
Wow,
they snapped with that menu.
And what's the name?
Liberty Grounds. Yep. So definitely worth seeing. It was not. I just didn't expect it to be that good. Like,
that sounds absolutely amazing.
I'm like, let's just go. We'll have fun. We'll get a little buzz, But the food, was good.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pull up on them.
All right, now I gotta figure this out. Jesus. Do they take reservations or is
they take reservations.
All right, cool.
So good.
Yeah. Dang, that's lit. Okay, Liberty Grounds around the corner. We like that.
Yes.
And the way you described it, it was just like you should be
I'm
there.
telling you,
You
it
just
was
did
bomb.
such a great
I'm ready
job.
to go back.
Well, we should go. We should do the TFS day.
Yeah.
Because
look, we're over there looking at it.
I don't go to a lot of bottomless brunches in the city because my husband does not drink.
Yeah.
So I don't want to sit there because I just feel like I should have two.
Now I'm tore up.
Yeah. So I'll be trying to find my friends.
Yeah, we going. Like that'll be actually like a fun little group out there. We could do a little TFS day.
Last but not least, question of the day. Question of the day, Jasmine. What's the furthest in advance you've ever booked a trip? And I asked this to the queen of last minute
girl. Like, last minute girl.
So I'm curious.
I would say definitely no more than 6 months. I would say probably like 4 months.
Because you usually plan in advance for your birthday trips.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like my birthday. When did I book? It's August. I want to say, like 4 months. Because booked in, I think, like May.
See, because I like for TGI stuff or like with fams and things like that. Yeah, I will book the accommodations when they say I need to give them the money.
Yeah,
but I'm terrible with the flights within the last minute kind of pocket.
Oh yeah,
so I'm horrible.
Yeah, but we talked about that on a previous episode. Not too long, not too
short.
Yes. Like
yeah, man.
So it's like that little sweet spot. 3 months or sooner is good for me.
Yeah, that's actually really, really true. And I think especially with the flights. Once you get within 6 weeks of the departure date, that's when you see the most flight movement. So you also want to keep that in mind. But like, I just be playing with fire all the time.
Oh yeah,
I'm a terrible traveler. To be honest,
it's so crazy though because it's like not the travel guide. It's just don't got a flight book, but in destination.
I know.
No hotel, just pulled up.
Don't be like me. Listen to my education in this podcast, but do not follow me in the way, in the style I travel, because I just legit be like,
just vibing.
It'll work out.
No plans, just vibes.
I'll be like, we be well.
Okay. In the airport, we be vibing.
In the airport, we definitely be vibing. we gonna be all right.
Yeah,
Kendrick
we gonna
voice.
get there. Okay.
Well, what is the furthest out you've ever booked a trip? Drop it in the comments. Let us know. Very curious because hotels, you can book like 2 years out.
Oh, yeah.
Versus flights, which it's like crazy. 11 to 13 months depending on the airline.
Yeah.
Wild. Let us know in the comments. Share your feedback. Get the conversation going. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the episode on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 𝗕𝗏𝒊𝒊𝒊𝒊𝒊𝒊. Share our content. Leave a comment. Y'all be having me kikiing a little bit.
Now not Kiki.
It's little Kiki.
And of course, if you have a product or a service that you'd like to see featured on an upcoming episode of TFS, shoot us an email, info@travelflysexy.com.
Period. And leave your reviews. Your feedback is value. If there's anything that you want to hear about, send us an email or leave us some feedback, and we got you.
We definitely got you, because a few of our episodes lately have been from your questions, your comments, and your feedback. So keep them coming so we can keep the content geared to what you want to see. I think that's our episode.
It's a good episode.
It was fun. All right. Just a friendly reminder. Just because it says all inclusive don't mean you need to book it.
Yes. Look at them websites too. Look at them websites.
Because they be funny.
Go look and see what them reviews
funny.
say.
Yeah. And you be like, you get there and you're like, should have listened to Jazz and Tosh.
Okay. The food is not worth it. And that's the thing. You paying for the food. They complaining about the food.
Like, make it make
Make
sense.
it make sense.
Anywho, we'll see you next week. Bye.